In this video, we are going to learn how we can enter and create new chart of accounts in Teleprime. As we can see here in this particular project, we have a lot of chart of accounts because the company was operating already for many years and now they are planning to transfer their accounts from the manual accounting system to a computerized accounting system. And that's why they have chosen Tele for that. Now, like I said, you will ask straightly with your client that you need to close your books for the last year. Now, whenever the books are closed, that means income statement items will not be carried forward because that is the part of retained earnings in the balance sheet. So you will notice here that there is no expenses, there is no income and all the other stuff that is related to profit and loss account. Why? Because sales minus all expenses and cost of sales comes to net profit or net loss, which will be transferred to the retained earnings, which is a part of balance sheet. So that's why it's not there. Now, if you don't have the retained earnings concept, you can just simply search it on Google and you will get a short article. That's a very easy concept. So basically, all of these opening balances or opening chart of accounts will be the balance sheet item, whether it's debtors, creditors, stocks, and all the fixed assets and other things. Now, it's very easy to enter all the chart of accounts in Teleprime, but we need to see what we already have, as most of the softwares already have some chart of accounts created. So we need to check first. And also we need to acknowledge whether we need to separately enter the control account balance or not. Now, what is control account? The control account simply means that whenever you have individual ledgers, whether it's party ledger or inventory items, and all the separate balances which is maintained as a party is accumulated in one ledger that is called control account. So in the customers, we have just-in balance. That means from the last year, we need to receive this balance from Justin. This is receivable for us. So 85,000 from Albert, we need to take 30,000, then 65,000 and then 15,000. So altogether the balance totals is 195,000, which is exactly this balance. So it will accumulate as the debtors or receivables total balance. Same goes for vendor and same goes for stock. As you can see here, if we scroll down a bit, we see the individual vendor details and the inventory details as well, which comes to the total of these ones, that is control account. So before entering all of this, let's just revise our points. The first point is at opening position of chart of accounts, only balance sheet ledgers are included. Profit and loss is closed as retained earnings, right? And the next point is the party or individual ledgers will automatically be transferred as control account balance. So we don't need to enter that. Okay. So that means we will skip the debtors balances, we will skip the creditors balances and stock balance as well. Why? Because the party and individual ledgers will automatically be transferred as control account. That means when we go to the stage where we create the customers and put their balance, it will automatically accumulate here and put the total balance right here. So that's how the system works. So this means we need to skip this one. Debtors balance, creditors balance and stock. We need to skip these ones. And we will start from here, building at cost, which is 750,000. Let's see how we can create this. So we need to create a new account of building at cost, or otherwise we need to check whether we already have some chart of accounts or no. So in Teleprime, I'll firstly not go to create, rather we'll go to chart of accounts, and from chart of accounts, we'll check ledgers. So we have the major categories, but not the individual ledgers. We only have the cash ledger here, right here. These all that is in the bold format is the categories, or you can say the groups. It's not the ledgers. Group means nature of account. You can even further define the nature of account, like in the assets comes the current asset and fixed assets. Under the deposits, there comes long-term deposits or short-term deposits, something like that. So these are related to groups, that is the subcategories of the nature of accounts, the basic 5 nature of accounts, which is asset, liability, equity, income and expenses, right? So we need to check ledgers. We only have one, so we need to create all of them. Now, if you want to go back, like I said, press escape every time. That should take you to the main screen. And from here, we will create our first master account. Click on create. And this one we want to create is ledger. Let's select that, hit enter. In the ledger name, let's mention the name, which is building at cost. So we can simply select this one and just highlight this one, copy and paste it in name, Control V, hit enter. I've prepared this document for you so that you can read. So that's your task, to read it completely, because that explains what alias is. Alias is basically the field allows you to determine the alternate name for the ledger. So basically this can be helpful for all the short names or codes for faster data entry. That means that if you want to define some code like 1001 is for building at cost, you can use that as well. And also it can handle multiple names. For example, account receivable for ABC traders. So you can write that. And it can also avoid confusion when different users refer to the same account differently. For example, some people call the ledger account receivable and some call it debtors. So it can be used as an alternate name or a nickname. But right now in our assignment, we don't have the alias or alternate names. So I'll keep it as it is. Now under means nature of account. I'll simply select the nature of account that is most closely linked to the actual ledger that I'm creating. So if this one is closely related to the fixed asset, I'll categorize it as fixed asset. Here it is, hit enter. Mailing name, address, all can be entered later on. So I'll keep it as it is, state, country, all as it is. Provide the bank details, we don't have it yet. Provide the bank details, we will not enter it for building at cost. And the opening balance as of 1st of January is 750,000. So 750,000. It will automatically recommend it as debit balance because fixed asset by default nature is debit. And you also see the summary of it right here. Hit enter and it will ask you to accept. Either we can press Y or otherwise enter it again to accept. So that's how the first ledger is created. Now if you want to check this ledger, press escape again, escape. And now we can go to the alter area, go to the ledgers. And here we can check all the list of ledgers that is created in Tally. If you want to check the reports along with the balance, we need to skip back to the gateway of Tally by pressing escape. Once we are in here, we can check the balance sheet if you want to, and 750,000 in the fixed assets is right here. Double click to drill it down to see the details of it. Double click, building at cost 750,000. So that's how we can create the ledgers in Tally Prime. Just try this by yourself and I will see you in the next one.